MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match.
Lace up the shoes, chase W's, yeah. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate.
Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This is taken at his 4.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
guard now. Block 80!
Let's go, D. Single, single. Single, single. Mosi, 89, 89.
Black and turn!
And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Black 20.
52's the mic. Hey, let's get in that hard.
First carry of the game for Jaylen Samuels. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
That's how we do, D.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going
On second down, Samuels. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Black 30.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. 57's a
World. Hey, high 7.
You think you gonna get this?
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got the... And he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On first down, it's Samuels. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go,
the last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Nice, sweetheart.
Alert.
Watch out.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Watch the screen. Switch. Snickers, 66.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
You must be trained. Here you go, can. Hey, over.
Here's Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hands up, wait. Mike 50. 368.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Hands up. 318.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hands up. Lead. 93, 52, 93, 45.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Bud Dupree with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Monday. No spacing. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
57's the mic.
Hey, exit.
I don't think you got it, son. 57's the mic.
Flash your turn.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Coming to you, coming to you.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Double bump. Hey, echo. 57.
Let's go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one complete, right side to McDonald. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
44.
57.
Smooth.
57. Exit, exit. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Check 3, check 3.
Snickers, gotta spin.
57's mic.
Alert, alert.
You.
Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And an alley to run. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The first quarter of the NFL season in the books after tonight, but Week 5 right around the corner. And it all starts Thursday night with a good one from Seattle. The Rams and the Seahawks in the NFC West kick off 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 out on the West Coast from CenturyLink Field. Here's Dalton. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on second down. Dalton, open man is Ross, complete. And some room to work. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And that'll make it 13-7.
Makes the score Steelers 13, Bengals 7. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Right back to Connor here on 1st. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Strong left, strong left, strong left. 4 down, check. Check 99, check 99.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go, here we go. Black 20. Snickers. Snickers. Black is good.
Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Bravo.
Mike 52. Mike 52. No.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
50.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's make these big.
Trying the left side with Samuels. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 34-yard line.
Black 5.
Mike 57. All day, baby, all day.
These two.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home.
Corner, corner. Hey, Delta. Black, black.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 3rd down, it's Connor, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go past the 20 and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Show that bench release and go.
57.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. Darquez Denard there defensively.
And 8 yards to go.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, Charlie.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Yeah. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hey, box drop.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing again. Dalton. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Under 10. 10.
Jack 16.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Now big hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Hayward able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Andy Dalton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. John Ross, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. Flush to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
77, 77.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Go, go.
Keep it up, guys. 57's the mic.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Hey, Zoom. Hey.
Mike 57, Mike 57. I got him. Mike's 57, 57.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the handoff, it's Samuels. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
61-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Over here.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. He's going to rifle one deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Bengals 28, Steelers 16. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They start with a give to Connor. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
57's Mike.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. On the left side, it's McDonald. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
8. 57.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing, Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
We got 3, we got 3. 3 down, 3 down. 57.
Hey, Wood.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Hey, that's what I do.
Shift. 50.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19.
Mike 57.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 45.
We're good.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Devin Bush, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
44.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial out? Green's got it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That! 230.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Me too.
Motion. 52's the mic.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. On first down, Connor. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, wahoo!
52, right 52. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Roethlisberger. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Quarter.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. First and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, Dalton. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 78 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Next to score, Bengals 42, Steelers 23. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Joe Mixon. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Dalton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Black 80.
57. Ricky. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now the Bengals on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. So Dalton now. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Devin Bush make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. My hand ring. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.